Okay, so I'm here with my client Mark, and Mark and myself have been working together for 5 months in person, and then the last 3 months we've been working online together. So 8 months in total, and Mark's got some fantastic results over the last 8 months. And today we're just going to go through how he got to them results. So Mark, first of all, thanks for being on the call today. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day.
No problem, mate.
Yeah, cheers. And first of all, what were your greatest frustrations before you started training with me?
I was suffering from a lot of sleep deprivation and insomnia, and I noticed my overall health was declining, and physically I was feeling worse. Aches and pains. I have a desk job and I work from home, so I was just not feeling really good, and was into my 40s, and I just thought I really need to take care of myself and start some new routines. And so I thought it was time to actually take it seriously and go and speak to a trainer and see if I can get some professional help instead of trying to do it myself.
Yeah, cool, man. So what other programs did you try before we started working together?
To ease myself into being physical again, I was doing a lot of yoga. I tried running, and I've never been a runner, so that was really difficult. And sometime before that, I was going to the gym and just trying to make up my own programs and routines, which I never found very successful because I didn't really know what I was doing. So I wasn't getting the kind of results that I wanted.
And what sort of results have you experienced since we started working together?
Well, it was a slow start because I seemed to need to rebuild from a pretty low point. But you were able to help me to very slowly, at my own pace, rebuild my energy levels so that I could get through an entire routine or an entire program. And once I seemed to break through that barrier, very quickly I noticed my strength going up, aches and pains started disappearing, and then once I was able to push up my weights and be more consistent, muscle gain and tone, which has been fantastic.
Yeah, that's great to hear, mate. Before we started working together, did you have any fears or apprehensions about starting training?
Yeah, very much. Mainly I was afraid of being pushed too hard because I was just in such a weak place. And I had been with a trainer just for a couple of sessions in the past, and they really blasted me, and it put me off the whole idea. And what else did I have? But I was a little afraid of the accountability that would come with seeing someone regularly. I found it hard to always motivate myself to go to the gym. So I was a little scared of the commitment and the accountability. But I was also just afraid that I wouldn't even be able to do it in the first place, that maybe if I tried, I'd fail and find out that I was just too far gone or it was too hard. Thankfully not.
Yeah, that's really good to hear, mate. So tell us about like how you overcame them fears over the last 8 months.
I mean, the first step was just turning up and just challenging myself to go and have a conversation at first. And once we started working together, I realized at least you were mindful of my position and where I was at, and went very slowly and gently, working me up at my own pace, which helped me deal with the stigma of potential shame that comes from not being a dynamo right from the beginning. And sometimes I really couldn't do much at all, and I had to go very slow, and maybe we just stretched on the ground. But I noticed a gentle increase in ability and strength. And the tailored programs that you were making were the most useful things, because I suppose you worked directly with what I needed and changed, malleable with that, and that gave me confidence, made me feel safe, and worked from my body, I guess.
Yeah, that's great, mate. With the program, how did you find the program to be different to what you've done in the past?
Well, I think in the past I'd only ever really done stuff with for myself, and I don't have an education in this. I didn't know what I was doing, and so
Mm.
having you guide me with your knowledge was what I needed. I needed someone to tell me the things that I didn't know, and
Mm.
then ease me through it and be able to change with me as I needed. Um, and although in the past yoga was very good, and I would continue to do that. For me, that was just a matter of that just got me going, got the ball rolling. But working with you has got me the strength that I needed to sort of get out of that low point that I was in.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's really good to hear. Um, let's say there's someone out there who maybe isn't training or is in a position that you were in, we'll say 8 months ago. What advice would you give to that person?
Um, the biggest thing I would say is allow it or be slow and gentle with it. Give yourself
Mm.
about 3 months and just be kind to yourself when you can't go as hard as you imagine you might be able to, because it's going to take a little while to build up. Um, have faith in your trainer and trust their knowledge.
Hmm.
That's why you're there. That's why you're paying. And that for me, I found focusing on feeling good at first rather than looking good shifted my focus and gave me something to work, a real base to work from. And when I felt good, I then started getting the confidence to push so I could look good as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, just focusing on the fundamentals and the basics. A lot of times the positive knock-on effect of that is aesthetics. But yeah, when you chase aesthetics from the start, it can be to the detriment of your health.
Totally, exactly.
So what's something you can do now that you couldn't do, we'll say, 8 months ago?
Um, Consistency. I think once again I started feeling good. Um, it sort of gave me the motivation to go back to continue feeling good and continue feeling better.
Hmm.
So I found that those fears of consistency sort of faded away as I actually learned to enjoy going to the gym for the first time. Um, and when I first began, I was having trouble with lightheadedness. I wasn't able to push myself very hard, but
Hmm.
now I've been able to manage that, and that very rarely comes up. Um, and I can push myself a lot harder and get some more results, and that's been great.
Okay, great, mate. How would people closest to you comment on how you've changed over the last few months?
The main thing is, especially with people I haven't seen in a little while, uh, because I see myself every day, I don't necessarily notice the drastic differences, but I've seen people kind of surprised at how healthy I look. And I've started now to be getting comments on looking bigger and stronger,
Mhm.
which is a great ego boost.
Yeah. And you were saying that that motivates you to train more when you're getting that positive reinforcement
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because most of my friends and family have known I've been struggling with sleep problems and health issues. And so to hear them say unprompted that I'm looking really healthy and strong is great motivation. It makes me feel like it's actually working.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. And last question. What has surprised you the most since you've started?
Uh, I think again my consistency.
Mm.
I I really wasn't confident that I'd be able to stick it out or that it was even for me. Um, so that's sort of I guess it's helped me psychologically to know that I can push through things that are difficult as well and
Mm.
start coming out the other side, which is just a great life lesson in general. Um, and to realize that now in my 40s, I'm actually looking and feeling stronger and healthier than I ever have before, which is pretty unexpected, but pretty great.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. Yeah. You make a really good point. You know, if you set the bar a little lower and have lower expectations, you end up being more consistent over the long term. So I think that's a really good point to finish this interview on.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, man.
So yeah, thanks for your time today, mate. And
No,
yeah, to many more months of success.
indeed, indeed. We're still on our way. Thanks so much.